As we start the new year, many of us may be glad to see 2022 go and are hopeful for a much warmer year. But as I've mentioned before, the cleansing of the crypto 2022 will be one of the best things that can happen to crypto. Now, one of the good things to come out of 2022 is that maybe a lot of super financially focused people dropped out of the crypto market because they no longer see it as a quick way to get rich. The win Lambos and the to the moon and the up only crowd may have hit the road because they believe they can find better financial opportunities elsewhere. Now, hopefully, this will clear the way for true crypto believers and builders who do it because they believe in something bigger and better. Now, many areas in crypto are still valid and they're building and growing, but one area with many builders and believers, even though the market is down, is the NFT, Metaverse, and gaming areas of crypto. Many of the successful brands we know today, like the Sandbox, Decentraland, Axie Infinity, and Landian, went through this in 2018. They went through the bear market. And in reality, it was much deeper. But they continued to build, and they're still building today. And because of that, these builders have more quality time to build and make good deals instead of rushing into decisions because, well, they didn't make a move and the opportunity would go to somebody else. And really, if you look at it, some of these token values today versus 2018, well, things don't really look that bad. Of course, this view is only valuable if you take a longer view of the crypto market and you don't base your views on the last 6 months. But in the last 6 to 12 months, most new crypto funding has been moving into blockchain gaming. Many new investors that have not traditionally invested in the crypto space are investing in Web3 and blockchain gaming, maybe tipping a hat to where things are heading in crypto. Not only is traditional gaming world being drawn into crypto, but traditional investors are also. Now, this view shows that more and more people are not interested in investing in a token that may rise in price, but a token that has utility and ownership in a fun and interesting way. Many traditional value investors are entering the crypto world through gaming and entertainment. Another interesting thing to look at is that gaming for this current generation is a powerful way to distribute culture, media, and information, because this is where they spend most of their time. Gaming is already bigger than film and music combined. Last year, it was a $190 billion industry and occupied the attention of 3.4 billion people. The whole internet is only 5 billion people, so most people on the internet are gaming. Now, the time they spend in the game is much longer and more immersive than watching a movie. What's becoming clear is that every Metaverse project moving forward should have a gaming strategy attached to it to be successful. This is a new turnabout for the Metaverse. And it's become clear, as you've seen in the interest in traditional Metaverse players losing viewers because, well, there wasn't really anything to hold their attention. Once they walked their 3D avatar around some cool 3D buildings, looked at some cool NFT art on the wall, and maybe chatted up with another avatar, they soon got bored and they went back to playing their traditional video games. A really interesting idea from Yatsu of Animoca Brands is that America's power is not the economy or US dollar or its military, but its influential cultural soft power, as he calls it. The soft power of Hollywood. Now, people worldwide, they watch Friends and Marvel movies, which were disseminated by American culture and values, and it created the ability of these hard powers to become dominant around the world. So when American businesses come to a new country, the people are open to it because, well, they've been influenced by that culture that Hollywood instilled. The Metaverse functions the same way, through the lens of gaming. The question is, how do you find that game that's going to capture the attention of the masses? There are lots of games out there, and most don't make any money. According to Yatsu, traditional gaming was very much driven by having a hit, much like Hollywood TV shows and movies. This is why in the past, most of the funding for games went into companies that already had success and they had a big hit, just like gaming studios like EA or Activision, which again, just like Hollywood, VCs have traditionally stayed away from funding these types of cultural hit investments because Well, it's more an art than it is a science. Traditional gaming economics have very inflationary designs, meaning that the economy itself is not of value, and users only use the game as entertainment. And so game makers monetize it like entertainment. But for the gamer, it's not entertainment. It's much closer to their personal identity. When you play a game and you have a rank, it means something. When you buy a skin, you show it off to all of your friends. So the relationship that the gamers see with the game has become different from how the game studios see the game. So blockchain gaming makes a lot of sense because gamers already had a sense of ownership, even though they were just renting. It's also interesting to note that there are some cultural differences in adopting blockchain gaming. In the West, gamers are not as fond as blockchain games because they see it as just capitalism and focusing on money instead of the game itself. They also don't feel that games are as high quality as traditional games. Now, in the East, they love it. They've adopted this ownership model. Western gaming design has been based more on skill than merit. Whereas in the East, it was perfectly cool to pay to have more success in the game, where you could buy a better sword or power to be able to win more. Now, in the West, that was considered more like cheating and not cool. Of course, this view originated back before the free-to-play model, where now everyone has a free subscription model to play the game. But you must pay for the game assets. Before, you could just pay for your one-time fee to own the game, and that was it. Now, also, in the West, it was perceived as just a money grab. But they needed to understand that all of the in-game purchases went to the game manufacturer instead of the player, as it does with blockchain gaming. Now, hopefully, the industry moves forward. More and more gamers in the West will see that the value of truly owning the in-game assets instead of just renting them from the game manufacturer. Another way to think about this is that when a gamer spends their time in a game, they're contributing to the network effect of the game and adding hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to the game economy as a whole. This changes the whole mindset when you create that much in-game value. This concept of paying with no ownership has been driven by today's current social media companies that take our personal data and they use it solely to make money for themselves, and we get nothing. And this, my friends, is one of the many colossal shifts that crypto and blockchain will bring us now and into the future. That we can own our own data, and however we connect to the network for products and services, we can be part owners of not only the network, but the assets also in the network.